Hello, this is the second video of Trump 100 days. It's now about 2 months into his presidency. I intend to give you data like this on a bi-weekly basis so you can be informed of what's going on. We're going to cover from debt to cryptocurrencies, the way our current president sees us going. We are currently $37 trillion in debt, and the debt is growing at $1 trillion approximately every 100 days. As far as debt is concerned, also, an important factor to look in this debt is the 10-year Treasury note, because the 10-year Treasury note is the single facility that's connected to mortgage rates. And that right now is at 4.5, which is pretty decent. And I know you've been hearing a lot about the organization that was set up by the president called DOGE. It's run by Elon Musk. There is some issues why Elon Musk, I don't want to get into that, but you can sort of look at Elon Musk's role as the role John Kerry served under, I think, the Biden administration for green technology. Some of the things that DOGE has come up with has been remarkable things, like an Iron Mountain mine with that's not in use, that is costing us millions and millions of dollars a day. Donations to foreign countries for things that seem kind of questionable. DOGE has come up with also, in the Social Security Administration, people who have been paid Social Security benefits that are deceased. Matter of fact, this morning I just read about 2 elderly people that had been claiming Social Security benefits for a dead relative for the last 10 years. Remember, Social Security started in 1935, so when people hear 150-year-old people collecting, remember, these people could have come to the workforce in 1903. So, let's talk a little bit about taxes. The president wants to put together a total single tax package to produce to send to Congress with everything involved in it. The president has promised no taxes on tips, Social Security, or overtime. He's eliminated the green portion of the Inflation Reduction Act. He intends to keep his tax bill in place for the next few years, which is going to keep the tax rates down. As far as immigration is concerned, that's a hot issue. Border crossings are down 90%. Illegals are being returned to their countries. And sanctuary cities, some cities are beginning to come on board, like New York City, but there is some issues in other cities. Mexico has decided to put some skin in the game. They are putting some troops on the southern border. The traffic across the border has dropped, as I said, by 90%. There is issues about tariffs that President Trump is implementing. He says by March 4th, or so when you see this video, tariffs will be enacted against Canada and Mexico at 10%. Foreign policy, the president has met with various leaders throughout the world, either at Mar-a-Lago or at the White House. He intends to meet with Vladimir Putin to try to bring an end to the war. and the war in Ukraine, and trying to bring an end to the problem in Israel. He's planning on meeting President Xi from China very soon. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. But the interesting area is AI and crypto. The president and the Treasury is setting a Bitcoin reserve. That's really interesting. There's going to be no central bank digital currency or federal currency or digital currency. The president does not like that concept. He wants people to have still paper money. Energy. A pipeline is being constructed between Pennsylvania and New York to bring gas to New York to reduce the rates of energy to New York. The president has withdrawn from the Paris Climate Agreement. The U.S. and Ukraine have inked precious or metals agreement, so we can have access to metals as we need for AI and the military. The president wants to implement an Iron Dome type of defense mechanism for the military, which we're talking a little bit about right now. As far as labor is concerned, there's a downside being done in the government. For those of you who don't know, the federal government is the 15th largest employer in the United States, and during the Biden administration, there was over 100,000 new federal employees hired. They're starting, the Trump administration is starting to trim that down. They're also looking at regulations, hoping that mergers and acquisitions begin to start again, hoping that unfreezing regulations is going to help stimulate the economy, and hoping that the implementation of DOGE was going to find some money. There's been talk about, if there is money found, returning $5,000 to each American worker, which I think is a great idea, and using the rest toward reducing the deficit. And as far as the Fed is concerned, the president and the chairman don't see eye to eye. That's not expected. Rarely does that happen. There's really, from Chairman Powell, no real serious plan. Interest cuts coming this year. Basel III, which is a program for banking requirements as far as for keeping money in the bank, is being looked at as far as being the United States reducing its role in that respect. The markets are somewhat in turmoil, spinning up and down, and there's sure to be a little bit of a breakdown in the S&P 500, the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ itself was powered by the Magnificent Seven stocks. That's starting to slow up, so we expect this year maybe this may not be a great year for the market. That's about the sum of it. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and have a great day.